So I was thinking, what should I record? What should I record? And then this kind of popped into my head, and I think I've never done one like this before. So, will you be together with the person on your mind? That's what this pick a card is going to answer, hopefully, for you. Sometimes we want to know, is there even potential for a future here? Is this going to go anywhere? Will we ever be together? Especially for those of you that are maybe struggling with a person. Is this meant to be? Is it going to come together in this world? In this lifetime? Okay, now I want to warn you guys that if you're not ready to hear a no, then I probably would be careful with this video, because especially if you're easily brought down. Some people, it's like they hear a no and it really hurts them, and I don't want to hurt anybody, so I'm just telling you, to be clear with you, I'm gonna be giving like true, like straightforward answers. Like if it's gonna be a yes, it's a yes, but if it's gonna be a no, I'm gonna say it's no. And I've already kind of got a vibe off some of the piles here that there are some, there's going to be some no's in here. So I'm warning, because I don't want you guys to get feeling hurt, and yeah, so I wanted to point that out for you guys. Okay, so we have 4 groups. Group number 1 has the salmon calcite. On group number 2, we have howlite. Group number 3, iolite, and group number 4, rainbow moonstone. So definitely I encourage you to use your intuition to pick wisely. Don't be afraid if you feel like it's not resonating. You can always click out. One thing I like to do sometimes, and it does work for me really well, is I use a number generator just to make sure that one of these piles is for me anyways. I always like kind of double check, especially, and weirdly enough, the more I've done it, the more fine-tuned it's gotten for me, where like if I feel that there's a pile for me, it's like the number generator always backs it up. Like if I'm feeling extremely drawn to one, I usually just use 1 through 10, because most groups, most tarot readings don't have a whole lot of groups. So then I kind of narrow it down easily for myself. So that's always an encouragement too, especially if you're like, I'm not sure if this resonates, or you're feeling kind of iffy about it when we're doing it. But anyways, I want to wish you all the very, very best. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you in your reading. Hello, my friends. So, if you chose group number 1 here with this salmon calcite, this is your reading. So let's find out, will you be together with the person on your mind? Now, quick warning. Like I said in the intro, and if you didn't hear me, I want you guys to realize that I'm going to be very honest and truthful in these readings, and I don't want you guys to get your feelings hurt. So if you're not ready to hear like no or something like that, probably, I would just not listen right now, especially because sometimes it really can affect us on an emotional level, and I don't want to hurt anyone with these readings, okay? And everyone kind of comes to that sensibility at their own pace, so there's nothing wrong with reacting in a way that's negative, like, oh my god, because I understand it. If you're hearing what you don't want to hear, I've been like that too. So there's nothing wrong with having that reaction. I don't want to cause anyone to feel sad or whatever if it's not the answer that they want to hear, you know what I mean? So just pointing that out. So will you end up together with the person on your mind? So we're going to start off with this oracle card. This is from the Pratibya deck. It's a Russian deck. It's an intuitive deck. And I'll be honest here with this imagery as kind of the starter point. We see a woman that's kind of laying alone, right? And she seems kind of bound up here. There's a lot of bindings on her feet. So this is kind of, there's also the number 44. So maybe for some of you, 4s are important. You see a lot of 4s. This kind of leads me in the direction of somebody's going to end up alone. Particularly the song here is Wildest Dreams by Taylor Swift. Now, that particular song came out for this group. And Wildest Dreams is about, if you guys know that song by Taylor Swift, it says like, it actually talks about, like, say you'll remember me standing in a white dress, looking at the sunset. I think that's what it says. Yeah, staring at the sunset, red lips and rosy cheeks, say you'll see me again, even if it's just in your wildest dreams. You'll see me in hindsight, tangled up with you all night, burning it down. Someday when you leave me, I bet these memories follow you around. So it does feel like it's more likely that you're not going to be with this person just based off of these two things. But let's pull some cards and see what's going on. Okay? So, group number 1, will they be together with their person in the future? Will they be together with this person? We got the Ten of Cups. Very interesting. Okay. Wow. You know, this one's shocking me a little bit. And I'm wondering how many of you already clicked off because you got that negativity from me right in the beginning. So look at, we have the Ten of Cups, the Magician, and the Page of Pentacles. Now, what does this tell me? The Magician and the Page of Pentacles tell me that there has something to do with action involved here, okay? There are two things here, and these are general readings, so I have to be careful with what I say because everyone's going to have a little bit of a different situation. Now, for some of you, it could be that this person with the Magician comes off very savvy, comes off very promising. Sometimes there can be a bit of deception with the Magician because think about it, magicians, what do? They make tricks. And with the Page of Pentacles here, it could be that this person won't ever quite give you the commitment that you deserve or need. With the Ten of Cups, like maybe they'll never fulfill these wishes for you because their effort's just too low. Now, I feel like a lot of you would already intuitively know this, right? Now, for others of you where you're like, no, they're pretty cool and stuff like that, this might be different. Now, the answer might be a little bit different. Ten of Cups, the Magician, and the Page of Pentacles also could be taken as this could be something that could become extremely happy and fulfilling emotionally. This is something that could go somewhere. It could be a long-term commitment. It could be something that brings both of you a lot of emotional stability. It could lead to a family, even because you can see that they're holding like a baby. So, you know, if that's something you're into, of course it could be for, you know, furry babies too. Doesn't have to be just little human babies. But with the Magician and the Page of Pentacles, in that kind of case, it could talk about there's initiation needed, that there's manifestation needed, that you have all the tools to kind of make this happen, but it takes taking a solid step with the Page of Pentacles, right? Sometimes this is like, you know, in the case for some of you, if you have a crush on this person, if you're just going to sit in this place where you don't really make a move and you don't really step forward in this connection, it might just become a wildest dream, right? So for some of you, like if you've never made effort towards this connection, like solid effort, where you really kind of told this person how you feel, or you really asked them out, or you really kind of put in that effort, this is like telling you that it's within your grasp, right? If you made like some sort of solid effort. Now, like I said, for others of you, if you've already kind of made a solid effort in this connection, you know, you've asked this person out, you've talked to them, you've told them how you feel, you've tried to make solid effort, this might be reflecting that this person can't give you what you deserve. Okay, so we have like two answers here, and I know that you guys, some of you will bitch at me in the comments, and you'll tell me, Lisa, I don't like two answers, are confusing, or I'm not sure which one I am, but I feel like most of you should probably know. Have you made effort? Have you made the solid commitment? Have you made solid moves towards this person? Then, you know, if you have and they're just not reciprocating or they're not really giving you what you need, well, your answer is clear. You're just going to end up alone in this connection. You're not going to get anywhere with this person. But for others of you that have like maybe not, opened up fully about, because Magician's also about communication. You also don't need to be mysterious. Maybe that's what for some of you, there's a lack of, like, there's a need to be direct in your communication and show solid, consistent efforts. And that would help kind of bring this together, right? So I feel like it's a 50-50 answer. It depends on, like I said, where you're at in this, okay? Because again, if there isn't that Page of Pentacles, like that sort of physical effort, then it could just become a dream. Oh, that was the worst shuffle in the world. Okay, let's see here. Anything else that group number 1? Wow, okay. We'll take those. If I can reach them. We have the 5 of Pentacles. Okay, let me just bring these over to me. I can't reach them from here. Okay. Wow. Okay, look at this. Again, we have the Five of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, and the Nine of Pentacles. So the nines are very good, in particular for the Cups and the Pentacles. Again, the Nine of Cups talks about wishes come true. Your dreams become reality. Wildest dreams, right? A magical time of life, good fortune, faith in the universe that all will be well. And then we have this Nine of Pentacles, enjoying the fruits of your labors, hard work that has led to a luxurious life, buying yourself something special, happily and successfully self-employed, enjoying your solitude. Now, of course, these are more singular cards. I always tell people, especially in like personal readings, I'll often mention this, but like nines, you know, they're usually, they're always alone. There's a solitary energy about the nines. And particularly with the Cups and the Pentacles, this is about self-fulfillment. And then you can share it in the 10 with everyone else, right? Because if you think about the 10 of Cups, you know, there are multiple people getting that joy, that beauty. And same with the 9 of Pentacles. When you get to the 10 of Pentacles, and you're able to share your wealth and your resources with other people. Now, again, this tells me that there can be happiness in this. But with this Five of Pentacles, again, it depends. Again, you might be in a situation, I think this is just kind of confirming what I've already said, that in some cases, if you let yourself in and enjoy this person and open up to them, there can be warmth found, right? Because the Five of Pentacles always says, hey, there's that church behind you. You're not cold and alone. Go inside. There are people in there that can take care of you. And, right? So like in this connection, it might be like if you stopped holding yourself back, if you stopped kind of maybe downplaying yourself and not making a move on this connection, it could go somewhere. But for others of you, again, you may never get what you need out of this situation. And it could be that, you know, you're better off alone, right? So that's definitely a confirmation. I want to see some advice for you guys. Group number 1, what is some advice for them? The Seven of Swords and the Page of Swords. Again, now, the advice is going to go two ways depending on your situation, right? The Seven of Swords can be about kind of dipping out, is what I often think of. You know, it's like, oh, gotta dip, you know? When you don't confront a situation, right, it will go nowhere. And again, for some of you, it might be that if you're going to keep avoiding this, right, you're going to like have a loss here. You're going to have, it's never going to go anywhere, right? If you're not going to be, because the Page of Swords can be literally a messenger, like somebody who talks and, you know, kind of lets things be known. So if you're not going to initiate this and you're just going to avoid this relationship or kind of coming closer towards it, it's never going to go anywhere. Vice versa, if this person is avoidant and doesn't really seem to want to connect with you for some reason, again, you may just end up, it might be better for a new start somewhere else, right? You might, sometimes the Seven of Swords is about, it says take caution, be aware of others' actions, right? And then, but it says make sure you're being honest with yourself, embarrassing secrets. Again, it could be that you need to sort of like get away from this and follow something new, because pages also can represent something new, like new communications, new people, new situations, a fresh perspective as well, perhaps. But yeah, that is what I'm getting for you guys that chose group number 1. So, will you be together with this person? Like I said, it's very much dependent on the circumstances currently. I feel like for a lot of you, if you were to try to manifest this and you were trying to put in the physical effort that's necessary, this could be something more than just a dream. But for others of you, if you've already kind of done that, you might be dealing with somebody who can't give you what you want, and you'll always end up kind of being alone. And I feel like a lot of you would already know this by this person's efforts. When people just don't put in effort, it's just a signal that they're not ready to. And it sucks to just wait around and see if they'll ever be ready, right? For sure. So I guess it kind of depends on where you fall, and that's going to be your answer. So hopefully this helped. I hope I made it clear enough for you guys. I'm sure I'll have at least one person who's like, this wasn't clear. And that's okay. But anyways, I'm sending you all lots of love. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all in the next reading. Hello, if you chose group number 2 here with this Howlite, this is your reading. As I said in group number 1, I'll be bluntly honest in these readings. If you're not ready to hear a no, as an example, about if you'll be together with this person or not, then I probably wouldn't listen to this video just in case, because if you, I can't remember what I felt about this one, but, because I just took 2 things, and then we're going to live shuffle, but it's just a little warning, okay? Like I said, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. So, we have this particular card, and we have Wildflowers by Tom Petty as your song. This is an interesting card to come up. This woman is clearly, she's dug up some kind of buried treasure. Now, I'm gonna take some tarot to kind of feel more of what comes out here. I feel like for a lot of you, I can't help but look at that buried treasure and think that there's something special to this connection. There's also a wariness on this woman's face as if someone's watching. So I don't know if for some of you there is a little bit of caution when it comes to this connection, maybe because of what others might think or something along those lines. There's just kind of doesn't she have kind of like a little bit of a paranoid look on her face? Let me try to make it focus, if it will. There we go. Yeah, you see that? Also, I think of digging treasure, it takes a lot of effort, right? You gotta get that shovel. It's not easy. With Wildflowers, it says, you belong among the wildflowers. You belong in a boat out at sea. Sail away, kill off the hours. You belong somewhere you feel free. Run away, find you a lover. Go away somewhere all bright and new. I have seen no other who compares with you. You belong among the wildflowers. You belong in a boat at sea. You belong with your love on your arm. You belong somewhere you feel free. Well, that's an interesting message, especially through the song. Well, you think of wildflowers, and it's kind of like they sprout up wherever they want. They're wild. They don't have rules or restrictions. They're not in somebody's garden. I don't know if there's something about this connection, especially with that look on her face where she's kind of looking around to see who's looking at her. Or if someone saw her, treasure as an example. It makes me wonder if for some of you there's like a secretive aspect to this, or if there's some sort of aspect of like, what will people think? Maybe for some of you, if it's like a long distance person you met on the internet. I've been through one of those connections myself. That's my marriage. And I remember a lot of people had a lot of things to say about that. Like, what the hell are you doing? You know what I mean? Of course, I was a wild 18-year-old. I just, hopped on a plane and flew across the world. But, there were a lot of like naysayers around me. Now, that may not be your case, right? It could be a different situation, but it does feel as if there's something here urging you to kind of be what you want in the situation. Maybe this is just about being more free and wild with this person, but let's kind of see what the tarot says. It says you belong somewhere where you feel free, but clearly that woman in this image kind of feels a little bit like off. So I'm wondering what's going on. I didn't do this for group number 1, but I'm going to take one of these cards. So for group number 2, will they be together with the person on their mind? Potential. Wow, okay. What powers and opportunities are waiting to be explored, activated, and manifested? What is the trajectory of expansion? How will you choose to shine and grow? Very fascinating. So it seems like there is some sort of potential here. That's funny because that Wildflower song talks about possibility. Like, oh, you could just run away, sail on a boat, find your lover, be free. And again, we're getting this card of potential, which kind of also points you in the direction of like, there's possibility here. There is something special. But it might take some effort, just like it is to find buried treasure. That's interesting too about treasure, because I always think of treasure and I think of like Treasure Island and like a ship, getting on a ship. And then Wildflowers talks about getting on a boat, the song. So that's kind of interesting. I wonder if some of you are at over oceans away from this person or something like that. Or maybe it's just quite the journey. Group number 2, what do they need to know about the future of this connection? Will they be together? Truth. What do you need to recognize right now? What tough love messages do you need to hear right now? How can you gain clarity and insight? So we have 2 Lightworks cards coming out here with this, what's it called? Darn it, can't think of the word of this deck. Oh, good Lord. The Spread Machine Oracle. There we go. Okay, so truth and potential. Truth makes me think of like, what are you not seeing about this connection? What are you not seeing in your actions, and how your actions can reflect the potential, right? Or what could become of it? What efforts have you made towards this connection? Have you made all the efforts that you could make, as an example? Spirit guides and angels. Will group number 2 be with the person on their mind? Will they be together with the person on their mind? Oof, yeah, it's possible. You guys have like a maybe. Let me see. What are the main blockages? What are the main blockages to this connection? The past, walking away from the past, perhaps. Speaking up, reconnecting for some of you. Let's see. Will they be together? Okay. Beware who you trust. Whoops. The nature. Okay. Okay. So we have, will you be together? We'll look at the blockages in a minute. For the will we be together, we have the Four of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, and the Strength card. Now, the Strength card is pretty much, it feels like a really good card to me. It does talk about success with effort and patience. So it could be that this thing is like something that's long-standing. The one thing about the Strength card when it comes to relationships is that it talks about like a love that will never grow old. Like the song from Brokeback Mountain. I think what is that Emmylou Harris, I think, sang it. Yeah. But it does talk about like a relationship that usually requires a lot of effort and patience, but it's long-lasting and the dedication is there. But the Queen of Cups, if the love is strong and the love is, you know, there, it feels like something could happen with it. The Four of Pentacles, though, can talk about stagnancy, kind of. It's weird because, look at this. We have treasure in 2 cards. So we have treasures in the, treasure in the Pratibhya Oracle. And then we also have it here in this tarot card here with the Four of Pentacles. So there's kind of a guarding kind of energy. Maybe this is you know, reflecting somebody who's not really opening up. If that's you, and maybe you're kind of sitting in a stationary place because it feels safer, then it might be that this is hard to kind of pick up. You know, it's hard to get it to go somewhere if you're not really if you're not getting on those feet and kind of walking towards it, or you're not sharing yourself, as an example too. I feel like there's a lot of potential here for like a deep, soulful love connection that lasts a very long time. Not even because of this potential card over here. It's this Queen of Cups and the Strength card. I feel like the love is deep, or it could be. And I feel like the dedication is there. There's mutual dedication. For sure. But it feels like, again, some sort of stagnancy because of this Four of Pentacles. Sometimes it can be about long-term security too. And it might be that you're looking at whether this is a long-term secure relationship, right? Because Wildflowers too talks about this sort of freedom, the song. And maybe it's hard for you to kind of accept this, like kind of seeing where it goes, as an example. And that might be one of the things that you have to do, is kind of just see where it goes. For those of you that are expecting maybe fast results with a person and you want it to kind of come together really quickly, it might be that this is not the relationship where it does that, but with time and effort and opening up, it can go somewhere. You know what I'm saying? With that Wolf card, it says beware who you trust. And again, there's that kind of vibe here. It might be that you're dealing with somebody, or you. It could go either way, so kind of take it as it resonates. It could be that you are wary of getting, you know, tricked, cheated, investing wrong. Can you even trust this person? And maybe it causes you to be a little bit withdrawn. I feel like this person's trustworthy. Okay, I don't feel like this is a person who you can't trust. So if you do have feelings of like, is this a wolf in sheep's clothing? No, they're not. They're an authentic, nice person. They're a treasure. You know what I mean? But on the other hand, it could be also that this person has some trust issues too. They don't want to get fooled. And again, that might be why it takes so much time to kind of make this happen. And with the truth, this is more reflective of you as an individual. I want each person listening to this group right now to look at the truth that you need to know about this connection. What tough love messages do you need to hear right now? Are you opening up enough? Are you, whatever, really think about what you're doing in this connection and what you could change, right? And try to look at yourself from an outside perspective, like as if it were a movie or something and you were a character. What would you tell that character to do? I always tell people this because it's a good way of like reflecting in a way that's kind of unbiased in a way. Because it's hard sometimes when we're clouded in the situation, but it's easy for us to kind of look at it from an outside perspective. Like, as an example, are you trying hard enough? And then, you truthfully answer that. Are you expecting things to move too quickly? Are you expecting this person to give you the world when, maybe it's not the right time yet for that to happen? Do they have a different, love language than you? Do they have a different style than you, and you're having a hard time accepting it? Why is that? Why do you need everything so quickly? So these are just random kind of questions. But again, it feels like there's some sort of truth that needs to be realized here. And yeah, okay. So the forces of nature favor you with the green man. It makes me feel like, again, this is a favorable connection, is what I'm getting. I feel like this is something that could be very favorable. It has a lot of potential to be something. It might require a lot of effort, and it might require a lot of opening up, and it might require a lot of patience. But it does feel like this could go somewhere. For the majority of you watching, I do feel like this is a connection that could go somewhere. Now, what's the blockage? Okay, we have the Six of Cups and the Knight of Swords. So this could be... the Knight of Swords can be a quick communicator, and somebody who kind of comes in very cuttingly and very sharp. And this could be like, for some of you, this could be that what blocks this connection is like maybe learned behaviors in communication. So maybe ways in which you've learned how to communicate that kind of block things. This could be about honoring your truth and moving away from your past as well, by the way. Because this woman is kind of looking back at her childhood self and moving forward. So for some of you, this might be breaking away from the family home. This might be breaking away from where you're living currently. This might be a lot of different things, but it feels as if there needs to be something reconciled about the past. This might be an apology for some of you if you've kind of been with this, you have issues with this person and you're not in contact. So please take it as it resonates, because like I said, it's going to be different for everyone. Tell me more about this connection for group number 2 that chose the highlight. Oops, what the heck? My shuffling so good. Oops. Release. Radical acceptance and surrender can help you let go. Wow. So there definitely is a need to release something, release certain behaviors in order to kind of make this happen, right? And again, it might be releasing the expectations if you're feeling like you want this to happen right now. This might be about releasing your past and moving forward. And it says marriage. This relationship is moving toward a sacred union. So it does feel like, I told you, there's potential in this one. I feel like that there is potential in this one, but there has to be certain things done, certain things that happen in order for it to kind of come together. Okay, I'm going to take one more card here. Anything else about group number 2? And we'll be together with this person. And surrendering the past is an example. Releasing what you're holding on to. Or again, it might be this person, by chance, but oh my gosh, is that funny or not? We have the Four of Cups, the Two of Pentacles, and the Page of Swords. So here the Four of Cups says, failing to recognize a magical opportunity, missing the point, the distractions of daily life, discontentment or boredom, lost in your own world, wake up. So this could be like that you're not quite seeing all the potential at this time, or maybe again it's about, this isn't just something you sit around, you know, under a tree and think about. It's something you put the effort into, right? With the Two of Pentacles. I often see it that way. Of course, Two of Pentacles can also be about taking on too much responsibility and trying to balance things out. So if you are maybe not investing in this relationship because you've been quite busy, it might be that there's more communication required, more effort, things like that, to be honest. And again, the Page of Swords is an investigator, investigating this connection, bringing it into fruition, not being hopeless. I feel like with the Four of Cups, what we're getting here is not getting hopeless over the situation, is what I'm feeling. But that is what I've got for you guys that chose group number 2. I really hope it helps and it gives you some insight into the future of your connection. I hope, let me know in the comments below if you resonated. I love hearing about it. But anyways, wishing you guys the very, very best. Take care, and I'll see you on the next reading. Hello, my friends. So if you chose group number 3 here with this iolite, this is your reading. Very beautiful stone. I got this actually at a really cute shop in Des Moines when I was visiting, and I felt really drawn to it. Okay, let's see. So, will you be together with this person that's on your mind? Will you guys end up together? Like I told the other groups, use caution with this reading. If you're not ready to hear no's or anything like that, I don't think this is a negative one, but we're going to see. I feel like this one's probably more positive, but we'll see what comes out. I took a song, and I took an oracle card here. This is a Pratibhat oracle, so it's an intuitive oracle. And we're going to just go ahead and look right away, and then we'll take some tarot and stuff like that. So we'll see where this leads. But I kind of have a good vibe from it from the beginning, just because look at this oracle card we have. A tree growing through adverse conditions, right? It shows adaptation, this card, that we can adapt to the circumstances, we can grow through challenges. I'll just, like, it makes me feel like there's some positivity here, but it might be that this is a connection that got off to a very rocky start, especially because if you actually look at the roots of the tree, it's funny I said rocky start, but look at, there are rocks surrounding the roots as well. So it's maybe not the most ideal conditions, like the environment wasn't very ideal in the beginning, the roots, as an example. Maybe you guys met under unideal circumstances in you know, it's not like you met this person and maybe you weren't available, or maybe they weren't available, or you were in a situation where you couldn't really pursue things, or you were living in different areas. It makes me feel like that there are some sort of challenges that lie at the root of this connection, okay? And again, maybe some blockages, because the fence here represents that blockage. But know that what is meant to be will burst through whatever, where there's a will, there's a way, right? And will burst through whatever it needs to, needs to in order to make it happen. So it does make me feel as if, there's possibility here for you to be together with this person. Now, Evermore is your song by Taylor Swift. We had like 2 Taylor Swift songs pop up in this reading. I think group number 1 also had a Taylor Swift song, if I remember correctly. So Evermore, featuring Bon Iver. So it says, Gray November, I've been down since July, motion capture, put me in a bad light. I replay my footsteps on each stepping stone, trying to find the one where I went wrong, writing letters addressed to the fire. So, wow, that first of all, the writing letters addressed to the fire makes me think of a lot of communication that's kind of either thought out in the head, maybe written but never sent. Feels like a lot of missed communication here in this connection, possibly. I had a feeling so peculiar that this pain would be evermore. And again, can you imagine how the tree might have felt when it was being, kind of held back from growing? It might be that some of you are in a situation right now where you feel like there's no possibilities to this, that there's too many blockages, that you can't do this, that it's never going to happen. Maybe the circumstances between the two of you are just so difficult, and it's like, would this even come anywhere? Again, maybe for some of you there's, I'll never get over this person. Maybe some of you are really going through some tough times emotionally in regards to this connection. If not, maybe it's kind of foretelling that this might be a difficult connection, right? That if, especially if this is someone you just met, that maybe you're not getting off to the best start, but, you know. It says, I rewind the tape, but all it does is pause. On the very moment, all was lost, sending signals to be double-crossed. Very interesting. Again, kind of talking about maybe miscommunication. Sometimes that can happen. Where people, I've noticed it with like moon square Mercury or moon square moon, where people, like, it's like one person's in the mood, the other one's not, or the other person's ready to talk, the other person isn't ready to talk. It's like misfiring, you know what I mean, kind of stuff. So maybe some of you share that in synastry with this person. It says, can't not think of all the cost and the things that will be lost. Oh, can we just get a pause to be certain we'll be tall again? Interesting, like a tree, tall like a tree. Whether weather be the frost or the violence of the dog days, I'm on waves, out being tossed. Is there a line that I could just go cross? And when I was shipwrecked, I thought of you. In the cracks of light, I dreamed of you. It was real enough to get me through, but I swear you were there. Interesting. It does feel like there's a lack of confidence at the moment, or there will be in the future, but that doesn't mean all is lost, okay? So let's see. Spirit guides, what do you want to tell group number 3 about will they be together with this person? What do they need to know? Selfhood, introspective, and identity. Focus areas, repression. Wow. Okay, and accept. So I used some of these cards, sorry. We have selfhood, introspective, and identity. I do feel like this is a connection that's really pushing both of you to embrace who you truly want to be, and it's a big part of your identity. And also maybe your identity plays a huge role, especially too with that card here. If you guys did kind of start out in your life on rocky circumstances, maybe this has also formed the way you deal with things and the way that they deal with things. Maybe there's that kind of thing here. I do feel like there's something here being held back. An introspection to an identity, like it seems like a lot about both of you kind of growing and learning throughout this connection. I feel like the potential's there. With this particular card. We also have repression. It says, what's being pushed down? What are you refusing to feel, to experience, and to process right now? What are you resisting to acknowledge? Where are you holding yourself back? And this is partially what this connection's about. This is why you've run into this person, and this is why you're facing it, because I think both of you mutually, by the way, have something where you repress certain things about yourself. You repress your feelings, or you repress your actions, or you repress your desires. There's something going on here. But repression isn't a permanent condition, right? It's something that we can let go of as time moves on. As we begin to trust more people, we begin to trust ourselves. Especially, I think it's about trusting yourselves in this connection. We also have accept, and it says to acknowledge, to recognize, to register as true, to validate, to affirm, to own. Processing, like processing certain things about yourself. So it seems like, again, it feels like the blockages are here, but let's find out. I'm going to grab tarot and we're going to look in there and see what's up. So will group number 3, those that chose this group, will they be together with the person on their mind? Will they be together? I feel like it's a possible yes, based off my kind of what I'm feeling in my gut. Oh, 4 of Wands. Will they be together? Wow. I kind of did this on purpose to lay these cards on these ones to kind of, I don't know, elaborate. I guess you could say clarify, elaborate. So the 4 of Wands as the starting card is pretty good. This is about a happy home, a happy family. It's about a homecoming. It's about celebrations. It's about reunions. It's about coming together. Marriage even sometimes can be indicated with this card. So it does make me feel like well, certainly there's that possibility. There also might be some stuff that's being dealt with in terms of your identity regarding your home and your family and where you came from and what's kind of currently going on in your life. But no, I think it's like an answer for, that's not really what I asked. I asked, will you be together? And we have the Four of Wands, which is a yes to me. But we have the Five of Pentacles. Now, the Five of Pentacles can talk about worry, about losses, about feeling left out. I think it's very fascinating that it fell out under repression, because in the traditional sense of this card, well, even in this one, right? So not like thinking about the Rider-Waite, there's a warm light just down the road here, a place that's inviting and welcoming and warm. But she's sitting here kind of huddled up and not moving towards where she needs to go in order to kind of make things better. It feels like, again, it's sort of repressive conditions. And it's like you guys have to kind of stand up and start moving towards something better in regards to this connection. And it might be on both sides. Again, I think it kind of talks about adversity or adverse conditions. But there's possibility here. And maybe your person needs to hear this too. That, you know, they could make this happen, that this could be a possibility. With Accept here and the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is about a woman of initiation. You don't have to be a woman. It can talk, though, yeah, like I said, about, you know, kind of having a feisty attitude, having confidence, being self-assured, accepting your power as an example, accepting your confidence. This might indicate that, you know, there's a need for you to initiate as well, because I think of Queen of Wands as like an initiator. Tell me more about this connection. Wow, I already got a clear message there. Wow, okay. So, it feels like fate's brought this into you. This is a fated connection. I think out of all the piles thus far, this is the one that feels the most fated. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Now, the Wheel of Fortune brings things into our life. And there are circumstances that can be brought into our life. You'll see it in astrological transits, you know. You'll have something fall on your vertex, or you'll have something fall on your North Node. And it's like, that's always coincided with me with like significant events. So maybe for some of you, the day you met this person, there was some sort of significant transit in your astrological chart. Like for instance, when I met my partner, I had Venus on my vertex, and the North Node was in the 11th house, and the South Node was literally on my Uranus in the 5th house. So that was like a, you know, transit I was going through. And I also had Uranus in my 7th house, but that you could see, like, it kind of like the universe brings you things. It's up to you to do it, what you want with it. It's even like with the astrological transits, you can have the best love transit, and the universe can try to send you people, but if you're not really receiving it, or you're not really going out, I always tell this to people, you can have the best love transit, but if you sit at home, Prince Charming isn't necessarily going to come knock on your door and try to, you know, get you to open up. Sometimes you have to put yourself in those situations. It's the same with like money transits. If you're having, you know, this ideal transit for getting a job and you're not actually applying, well then darn it, you're probably not going to get anything out of it, right? And you might get some other things from the transit. You know, if it's a second house transit, it can be more about your values or other things. It can kind of play out in other ways. It feels like this is a fated connection. This is a person that was brought into your life for a freaking reason, is what I'm getting. And it's to kind of get you out of a fear-based mindset, and also to act upon your dreams. The Four of Cups can be a card of, like I said, boredom, apathy, of not seeing the potential that's there. Oftentimes it's, you know, it's shown as somebody who has a cup, like literally right there. Here's this person. Here's this situation. Are you gonna take it, or are you just gonna let it pass? Right? Because eventually that hand's going to move away. And it feels like very much to me that this is a test of resilience, a test of your strength, a test of your ability. Not maybe only on you. It could be on this person's part too, by the way. I'm not trying to call you out, because some of you may be like, well, I've done what I can. It might be also on this person's part as well. But, yeah, it feels like this is one that's meant to break you out of your shell. And I feel like that you can overcome these things and come together with this person, is what I feel. Now, Let's get a few more cards here. Tell me more about them. Will they be together? Will group number 3 be together with this person? So a sly and subtle approach is needed with the serpent. You are destined to succeed. Yeah, I told you. This is destiny. Oops. Water. Emotions are at their peak. Now, this could be some advice for some of you. It says a sly and subtle approach is needed, and then we have emotions are at their peak. Now, for some of you, if this resonates, don't take it as something if it doesn't resonate. If you have been getting quite emotional about this situation, and you've been feeling very like, sometimes when we're emotional, and I'm the first one to say, if I'm emotional, I act out. I can over spam someone, or, you know, have problems kind of letting go, or, you know, whatever. It might be that you're kind of meant to calm down, right? Especially if you've been feeling very emotional about this connection. And with the sly and subtle approaches needed, it might be that, you know, taking time for this kind of pan out might be important too. But it feels like at the core of this, there's destiny to succeed in this connection, as long as, you know, you follow the path. Look what card just flipped out. Fate. This is a destined partnership. So it's fated, like I told you. Any other messages? Put away the computer. Working less and having more fun will help strengthen your relationship. Now, for some of you, this is advice that if this is like an internet connection, it might be like, get it off the internet and bring it into reality. Right? Again, for some of you, if you've been overwhelmed with work as an example, or they have been, it might be that, you know, bringing more spontaneity, bringing more excitement into the connection is going to help, especially if you've been kind of focusing elsewhere, they've been focusing elsewhere as well. But put away the computer always makes me think of like long distance relationships, and like, yeah, you got to eventually move this to reality, right? That could be definitely the message there as well. So, let's get some, we'll just get like a final piece of advice here for group number 3. Final message for group number 3. Three of Wands. Planning for the long-term abundance from past choices, pride in the success of your labors. Be patient as you decide what's next. So this is about, ooh, okay. I'm going to take this one right here. Ooh, okay. So we've got that Three of Wands. Now the Three of Wands can be a great card about forward movement. This could be about literally traveling to this person if they're at a distance. This can be about kind of collaborating too, because there is like a little bit of a teamwork effort with all the three, well, with all the threes. Talk about kind of coming together with other people. So this could be about kind of spending more time with this person, collaborating with them more, talking to them more about what's wanted, what's desired. Long-term efforts. So whatever is going to help you kind of come together, maybe think about making those steps and options. Like, so if it's about kind of meeting up or becoming closer, how can you make those things happen? How can you surpass the obstacles? How can you not just say, okay, I'm going to stop here and not grow any further because there's some obstacles, right? Strength card, personal power and assertiveness portrayed with kindness, compassion that brings about forgiveness, realizing that you're stronger than you know. So this is about, the Strength card is very good for long-term relationships. It is the card of a long-term relationship. It's a card of soulmates for me as well. Somebody who, you know, it's like a connection that will never disappear. It's a connection that's kind of deep in our core, that is just somebody that hits us in the right way. But it can talk about patience, and it can talk about needing to show strength in this connection, needing to make brave choices, essentially, too. And the Nine of Pentacles is about feeling confident in yourself, right? And of course, it can also be about money, finances, and all this other stuff. But I feel like in the sense of this reading, it's more about being confident in yourself and your abilities and your appearance in who you are. It's about building up, and maybe this is about saving up in order to make a big move. for some of you, but just take them as they resonate. It feels like future actions are needed, and kind of moving towards the future in a steady way that builds up, like maybe trust and all of that stuff. But yes, that is what I'm getting for those of you that chose group number 3. I really hope that this reading helped you understand your situation and the possibilities of this connection. And I'm wishing you all the very, very best. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you on the next reading. Bye-bye. Hello, my friends. If you chose group number 4 here with this rainbow moonstone, this is your reading. So, will you be together with this person? Let's find out. So I took the Pratibia Oracle. It's a Russian oracle. You can find it on eBay. I think maybe I'll have a link where I found it. But it's an intuitive deck, so you don't need the instructions. It's just read intuitively. And I think that I like this one because I see 2 people together. Although, it's interesting because her reflection doesn't really show this person in the mirror, right? So she's not really seeing this person's support. So that's going to be interesting. We'll see how it plays out. Because I always notice that about this image. But it does make me kind of feel good that I'm seeing somebody behind, right? It makes me feel like some of you might not be in contact with this person, or you might not be very close to this person at this moment. Maybe for some of you, you're asking about, ooh, my ear's ringing. Confirmation? Yes. My ears started ringing like crazy. So yeah, I feel like a lot of you probably are very unsure about this connection at this moment. And it's going to be funny because the song here is Soul to Squeeze by Red Hot Chili Peppers. So that is a song that you've got for this reading. And let's look at the lyrics a little bit on that one, because it's an interesting song. It says, I got a bad disease, out from my brain is where I bleed. Insanity, it seems, has got me by my soul to squeeze. It was all my love for me, with all the dying trees I scream, the angels in my dream, yeah, have turned to demons of greed, that's me. Where I go, I just don't know. I got to take it slow. When I find my peace of mind, I'm going to give you some of my good time. Today, love smiled on me. He took away my pain and said, please, I'll let your ride be free. You gotta let it be, oh yeah. But it's interesting, it says, it's bitter, baby, and it's very sweet. Holy roller coaster, but I'm on my feet. Take me to the river, let me on your shore. I'll be coming back, maybe. I'll be coming back for more. Right? So, interesting. It feels like, it says, where I go, I just don't know. That's like the main kind of theme of the song. Where I go, I just don't know. I think that's how it goes. I gotta take it slow. So, we kind of have this idea of this person could come back into your life, is what I'm getting. At least that's what I pick up from these lyrics. Of course, use your intuition, see what kind of sticks out to you in these lyrics, look them up and see. But it does make me feel like maybe this person could come back. And we have, I'm gonna give you some of my good time. Where I go, I just don't know. I might end up somewhere in Mexico. When I find my peace of mind, I'm gonna keep you for the end of time. So when I find my peace of mind, I'm gonna keep you for the end of time. I think that's a good omen for the reading, but let's just see. Maybe for some of you, Mexico's important, or Latin America or something, but yeah, anyways. Maybe, again, this talks about someone needing to find their peace of mind before they can kind of come through in this connection. But it does, like I said, that the lyrics and the imagery of this oracle card do make me feel like we're moving in the right direction. So, will they be together? Will group number 4 be together with their person? We have generosity. Dreams, true calling, and vision. Oopsie. Hold on. I dropped. Wow. Look what 3 cards dropped out. I'll take them. I normally don't take this many, but I kind of feel like these belong together. We have generosity. We have dreams, true calling, and vision. We have limiting beliefs. We have love and support. I knew that support had to be here because this feels like support. I feel like this is a person who roots for you. Even if they're not in your life, this person has very, like, they root for you. They hope the best for you. They want the best for you. And I feel like there is something that could be very generous about this connection, like emotionally. because there's that generosity and support kind of, and I feel like both of you do really feel that for the other person. But it could feel like at the core of this, look at this. I laid out the cards a certain way. We need to pay attention to kind of how we do things and why we do things, and then reflect on these things. That's what intuition's all about. And in the core, we have limiting beliefs, and it says, what are the negative assumptions or perceptions that limit and stop you from being the best version of yourself? What have you been conditioned to believe? Shadow work. I think at the core of this connection, there's a lot of shadow work that's going on. But it's surrounded by all these other good cards, expansion and success, light work cards. So like I said, maybe at the core here, there are some limiting beliefs that need to be broken through. But I feel like this is a connection in which you both really feel each other. I feel like some of you, now I don't, I'm not the person that talks much about 5D stuff. Just not my thing, but I do not. I absolutely, accept and encourage anyone who believes in, not to say that I don't believe in it. That's not what I'm saying. But I know I don't often talk like this, is what I want to say. And I know some of you might not be used to me talking like this, but it could be that some of you feel that connection, like, in another dimension. You know what I mean? Like, or you feel this person's support even when you're not talking. It feels like this is a spiritual connection to me. Like you just can't let go. And you're always kind of there for each other. Excuse me. Sorry. You may see this person in your dreams. And again, there might be sort of this knowing that you're called to this person. And they feel it too. They feel it too, is what I'm getting. Even if you don't see it through their actions at this moment. I feel like this is a person who really just, they root for you. It just keeps coming to my mind. They root for you. Sorry, I keep repeating it, but it just keeps kind of like popping in my mind. Okay, so will they be together? Will group 4 be together with their person? Will they be together? Well, heck yeah. You guys are going to be together with this person. If you want to be. I mean, of course you can always deny it, but yeah, you will. No doubt about it. 3 positive cards. We have the Empress. So this can be like the wife card, right? But it can also be talking about possibility, fruition, bringing things into, growing things that are abundant and fruitful. And I feel like a lot of you, yeah, there is the possibility here. With the 2 of Cups, you guys are very connected to this person. And with the Queen of Wands, we have Taurus energy, water sign energy here, and then the fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Taurus, and then we have Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio energy. So those could be prevalent energies. I didn't mention the signs for other groups, but that is what it is. I do it when I feel like doing it. No, but this tells me that there's certainly the possibility. It's very strong, yes. I mean, as long as you're not going to say no to it, right? The Empress, though, makes you feel like this person sees a lot of potential in you. There's just such a sweet connection here, sweet giving connection, very kind connection, very loving connection. I feel like you guys feel each other, that you guys care about each other, that you want to be there for each other. Through the sad moments, I feel like that there's a lot of support. I feel like you guys might even pick up when the other person's feeling really down as well. So there might need to be some significant changes made in this connection with the Death card. The Death card talks about transformation and moving into new phases. It can talk about letting go of the past. There might be some past circumstances that need to be let go of in order to move forward, right? It's about moving on and moving on towards something better, towards happiness. I feel like with the 5 of Cups here, there has been perhaps some sadness, or maybe there is like a finding yourself type of vibe, right? Where one person really needs to find themselves. The 9s I always see as very independent. It's about self-fulfillment, coming into comfortability with yourself, being happy with yourself, making your own wishes come true. And again, it might be that this is somehow prevalent in this connection, that maybe you have to find yourself, or this person has to find themselves in order to kind of transition. There's also this idea that maybe there are some things that need to be let go of. And I'm not sure how that's going to resonate, but take it how it resonates for you. 8 of Wands. So I see forward movement, passion, excitement, travel perhaps as well. And I see the work, 2 8s. So we have the 8 of Wands and the 8 of Pentacles. So the 8 of Pentacles, you know, are about putting in the, it's about putting in the effort. It's about patience. It's about creation, because she's actually creating some sort of, I don't know, something with the wheel. What do they make? Clothes, probably. Clothing. So, or whatever that is. She's making, what's it called? Oh, gosh. I feel like such a doofus. I can't think of what is she doing anyways? Yeah, she's making some kind of cloth, is what she's making. So it feels like there's some process here that's kind of happening. Again, it might be a time where you guys are kind of focusing a lot on yourselves, on your goals. But again, this is going to move forward. I do feel it's interesting that we have the King of Wands coming out too, because we already had the Queen of Wands. So this feels like a match, like a very strong match between the two of you, where you guys are both very much in alignment with each other, and you guys are working towards that. I feel like if you haven't felt like you're in alignment with this person, you're going to feel in alignment with this person. For some of you may not even have problems with this person that you're asking about, and this is just like that confirmation that yes, everything's moving forward just perfectly and fine. This is your person. This is what you need. This is who's for you, and all of that kind of stuff. So maybe there's just that confirmation for some of you. But yeah, let's see. I'm going to take a few cards. My stomach is starting to growl. It always does this. Group number 4. Looking to be together with this person. Holy smokes, I don't know what that was. So we have play hard, find time to laugh, goof off, and enjoy each other. So maybe there needs to be more enjoyment in this connection, like have fun together. I also feel like with that, the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands, you guys have a lot of similar interests, hobbies. You could have a lot of good fun together. We also have awakening. Both people in this connection are undergoing spiritual transformations. And then trust. It's safe to trust in this situation. So if trust has been lacking and you're not sure if this person could really be there for you, there's that confirmation that yes, there's mutual support, there's mutual generosity. This person wants to take care of you. With awakening, it just feels like there are certain aspects of yourself that are being awoken right now. You're kind of coming into your own truths and your own situations. And we have the Griffin here. Oops. Interesting. We have the Griffin, the Raven, and the Seer. Now, the Griffin talks about honor and good luck. So, and then we have the Raven, darkness looms on the horizon, and the Seer, follow your intuition. So, I'm going to clarify real fast this Raven card. I just want to see what I'm getting for that. What is the dark? What's the Raven about? Oops. Okay. Well, there could be, with the Four of Pentacles, this can talk about kind of staying stagnant as an example. It's interesting. Wow, okay, there is something that needs to be walked away from, I feel like, for a good portion of you. Maybe this won't resonate for everyone in this connection, but this is interesting because, like, the Four of Pentacles can talk about sort of stagnancy or kind of sitting on something, kind of holding on to what you have and not really opening up. There might need to be a walking away from that. With the Eight of Cups, it feels like there might be something that... It's funny because maybe this connection seems a little bit scary for the future. Maybe there are certain aspects of this connection that seem a bit scary to move towards. Maybe it feels safer where you're at currently, but it doesn't feel like that's the case. It says follow your intuition, and that's funny because the Four of Pentacles is about holding on to our earthly bullshit. It's about holding on to, like, what we have. Oh, my security, my house, my this, my money, my whatever, whatever it is. It's kind of like your safety, right? It's your backup, and sometimes we really guard ourselves and not let ourselves open up. And with the follow your intuition, this is like your heart knows what you want, your soul knows what you want. Let go of these worries. Don't read everything bad into everything. Don't overthink think everything and think, oh, no, 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 no. It's all going to be, it's all going to go to shit, or it's all going to be bad, or, you know what I mean? Like, you know what you're being called towards. You know who you're being called towards. Go towards this. Don't allow yourself to kind of get up in your head and self-protective and, like, holding yourself back. Is what I'm really feeling here. And again, this might be also advice for your person. But I can only tell you kind of your stuff. I can't really tell your person anything. Right? Because they're not listening to this. But this is not about holding on to earthly concerns or worries, especially when you know in your gut or your heart, your soul, whatever you want to call it, you know what the right move is. Any further advice or something for... Jeez Louise. Wait. Sorry. The Eight of Cups, the need to move on, seeking more from life than what you're experiencing, a spiritual quest, choosing to make big life changes, a change in priorities, leaving home. Wow. And look at the dog by his side, showing faithfulness. It feels like this person, they're there for you. And you're there for them. It feels like very much a mutual... No way. The Strength card. Exactly what that card's also about. A deep bond between a woman and a lion. No, but there's like a solidarity. There's something here, a very supportive type of connection. And again, it feels like there's a lot of strength here about opening up, moving forward, keep going. Maybe there are some big life changes that need to be made in order to make this work. And maybe that's like, you do it. You can do it. It's a good investment. It's a wise investment. Everything's going to be fine. Leaving home, maybe for some of this, requires moving. Changing your priorities is an example. But the Strength card says personal power and assertiveness portrayed with kindness, compassion that brings about forgiveness, and realizing that you're stronger than you knew. Right? So this is what this is about, embracing your strength and taking the journey you're meant to take. That's really actually, funnily enough, these cards are so, well, first of all, we have 2 Eight of Cups. Going towards what you're meant to go towards. And then we have that seer, follow your intuition. It very much reminds me of those. And the Eight of Cups really talks about knowing a calling. It's kind of like when we're in a good job, right? And we make good money, and it's all right. We like everyone okay, but we know that there's something else that's kind of calling us. And even so, we just know we just need to move on. And sometimes that's what the Eight of Cups is about. It's about following the path you're meant to go down, even if it means you have to leave some things behind. It doesn't always mean like walking away from someone because they're bad. It can mean about going in the direction of that you're needed in. And that's what we've got here. I feel like keep going towards this person, keep going towards this connection. And again, maybe walking away from certain aspects of your life that hold you back from kind of bringing this into fruition. However you may be doing that, right? Everybody has like a little bit of a different thing going on, in different ways that they kind of hold themselves back. But will you be together with this person? Yep. Looks like it. I mean, of course, I could tell you that, and then tomorrow you could be like, block them. But I mean, the potential's there. That's what I want to say. The potential is there. So, I wish you all the very, very best. Let me know how this reading resonated with you. If you liked it, let me know. Comments really always help the channel. Your support is beautiful and amazing. Thank you guys so much for, all your lovely support. And I appreciate each and every one of you. Have a beautiful day or night wherever you are. Take care, and I'll see you in the next reading.